Okay, hello monkeys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the whole Star Wars theory situation that's been going on. Now, as many of you know, Star Wars Explains, they were basically supporting a petition where they were basically saying that they wanted to, not the platform, but demonetize all the YouTube Star Wars channels that were talking bad about Star Wars, The Acolyte, or any other Star Wars content that Disney has produced. And the reason why they were basically saying is that they were saying there was a lot of harassment, there was a lot of hate, there was a lot of racism going on. Um, Now, I'm not really sure about the other Star Wars YouTube channels because I'm not really familiar with them, but me, I do watch a lot of Star Wars Theory, and I can personally say that I've never watched anything. I know Star Wars Theory is very, very critical of Disney Star Wars, and I, for one, do agree with him in many of the situations. I feel like with the Acolyte, maybe he was a little bit harsh. I didn't like it, but I feel like he was too, I don't know, like frustrated. You could say, I guess he was just very frustrated that they spent so much money on this content and it didn't even live close to the expectation. It wasn't even average. I feel like it was something like, it killed. I only watched for episodes, and after that I just couldn't watch it. And I feel like he was just suffering a lot more than me. But then again, he has a lot of knowledge of Star Wars. So with that being said, I Star Wars Theory did come out, and he was basically saying that it was pretty messed up for Star Wars Explained to basically support a petition to take away the livelihood of all the other Star Wars content creators, and I can basically agree with him a lot because his point of view was saying that, hey, you know what, you're just doing that because you don't agree with all these people. You're basically trying to deplatform. You just want a bunch of yes men. And Star Wars Theory, he did show a lot of receipts, and you could see that Star Wars Explained is basically very jealous of Star Wars Theory, allegedly. I don't want to get sued, but he was basically showing proof that Star Wars Explained has been jealous of him for a long time, and they don't like him being the number one Star Wars channel in YouTube, by a landslide, obviously. And basically, Star Wars Explained does have a lot of they have a lot of resources. They have they could watch, they can meet up with the creators, they can meet up with the writers, with the actors. They have red carpet events. They have a lot of access, a lot of resources on their hands, and they still are not even close to the level of Star Wars Theory. And I feel like many can assume that they want that type of success. With that being said, I personally didn't like the Acolyte, and it's not because I'm racist. It's, it's not because I harass them at all. I don't really care. I thought the actors, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were mid, and I'm not saying because Amanda Sternberg is a black female. I'm very bad names, so I just want to let you know that. But the girl from Ahsoka, the main actress, I thought she was perfect. I thought she was a great actress. I thought Ahsoka, the series, was an above average series. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. It did have its good things, and it also had its negative things, but I was able to enjoy it. So that's why I'm giving you like some examples. The Amanda Sternberg, I thought she was a pretty weak actress from my point of view. But then again, I have no hate towards her. I wish anything bad for her and stuff like that. It sucks that she does get a lot of racism. Um, but then again, I don't want to justify it, but I do want a lot of you guys to realize that when it comes to having fame and money, everyone, all those people are usually going to have that on their plate. Unfortunately, it's something that's going to happen. I'm not saying that, hey, you know what, it comes with it. It sucks. I really wish people didn't have to deal with that, but it's something that you just can't play the victim card. Like, hey, you know what, I receive a lot of hate, receive a lot of racism, and that's the reason why my show failed. Because it's the same thing. Shohei Ohtani, right? Japanese baseball player, that's like literally the face of baseball. On a freaking guy from ESPN, I forget his name again. I'm terrible with names, but I do know him. I watch a lot. I watch him a lot. But it was basically saying that Ohtani can't be the face of baseball because he can't speak English. What did he say? He didn't say anything. He played baseball and he proved them wrong. That was perfect way to move on. It sucks. Some people do want to speak back and like just like shove it up there. You know what? And everyone has their own way to respond, but I feel like that's the way you want to respond, not by accusing people of racism and basically saying that's the reason why your show sucked. Because everyone's gonna receive that at some point or another. I work in the food industry and I do deal with a lot of messed up customers, but then again, I'm not gonna be crying about it and be like, oh, you know what, poor me, stuff like that, you know. So yeah. With that being said, Star Wars Theory was basically the reason why I'm talking about this topic is because the topic is basically dead at this point. Star Wars Theory did post a video earlier today saying that this was going to be his last response unless Star Wars Explained comes out with another response, in which case Star Wars Theory was going to respond back. But I feel like the situation died down a little bit because Star Wars Explained, as of now, they have lost 11,000 subscribers, which is a lot, in the last almost 2 weeks. So yeah. It's almost 1,000 a day. With that being said, I feel like they're not going to respond. They haven't responded on their main YouTube channel, and on X it's mostly Molly, which is like the co-creator of Star Wars Explained, the wife of the guy. I forget his name again. But she's basically the one that's like mostly involved in the whole drama. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was very messed up. I know many people have different opinions and stuff like that, but when it comes to a show, you have to know. Um, I don't know. I feel like many people, just because they have like they want to support something because it fits their agenda, and it makes perfect sense, you know. Like for example, The Boys, they do go a lot against MAGA, like Trump supporters and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, I don't really see it. Like, I don't really care about politics, you know. Like, I have many people, many friends who support Trump, and many people who support Democrats. But the thing is, like, people are able to enjoy that show because it has good writing, you know. So you can send a message. It's fine if you send a message, but the thing is, like, you have to focus more on the entertainment, and then you can put in the message in it, you know. And I feel like with Acolyte, it just like had really weak writing that didn't make any sense. And I could make a whole video of this, but I don't really want to get into it because it's very like frustrating. And Disney Star Wars, it feels like they haven't been able to hire any good writers, you know. It just sucks because I can understand that the old Star Wars, George Lucas Star Wars has weak writing too. But the thing is, like, when you compare both, I feel like it's apples and oranges, you know. It's like night and day. It's something completely different, you know. You completely forget that Jar Jar Binks was a terrible character, and he actually is a strong character compared to what the new Star Wars has. So yeah, again, Star Wars Theory and I and a lot of people don't support any hate comments, anything like that. But I feel like the other side is unfortunately they're playing the victim card. They're playing the victim card. They want to demonetize. They want to deplatform, and allegedly, and it's just not fair. You know, it's just not fair. And the whole Star Wars community, I feel like, is for the first time they're uniting. But then again, it's just like corporation. Because I've seen a lot of articles going like up against Star Wars Theory, and I feel like it's a corporation and the JW against, you know, regular people, you know. So it sucks. It really sucks, and I feel like I hope Star Wars succeeds and everyone can enjoy something together, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, where are you?